哦，它的什么财报已经出来了，看看哈。看来市场的反应对未来不是很满意啊，才这么跌的。我一直以为还没开始呢，在官网上已经出来了，这个没有。未来的财报已经出来了，如果有感兴趣的，已经可以去 NIO 的官网去看了。就是没有人的就是不是采访的版本，而是一个 PDF 或者 file 这样的。看一下市场对它不是很满意啊。今天pre market 或者 after hours trading 这个未来大跌。给大家看一下简单数据哈。2019年第4个季度，蔚来是交车8224辆，2019年全年交车20565辆。这个数据确实是一般啊，因为我看到它2018年第4个季度交车是7980辆，也就是2019年比2018年的涨幅很有限。车辆销售情况呢，2019年第4个季度比2019年第3个季度增长了54.8%，但是与2018年同期反而下降了20.6%。我不知道是什么情况啊，可能是2018年的时候，虽然车卖的相对少一两百几百辆，但是销售额就是可能卖的是更贵的车哈。总营收呢，在2019年第4个季度达到了人民币28亿，同样的，与2019年第3个季度相比是提高了55.1%，但是与2018年同期下降了17.1%。净亏损哈，因为我们知道未来这个其实是在亏损的嘛，它净亏损达到了28亿人民币，在第4个季度，也就是说，它现在真的是差不多卖一辆亏一辆，非常的准确啊。那么相当于啊，根据未来财报目前的数据来看，相当于每股亏损是40美分。今天未来跌了得有，到现在为止哈，现在市场变化非常大，但是你按照算2.9块跌到2.3块的话是60美分，至少有点恐慌了，已经可以说是。总体来说呢，看样就是 2019年第四个季度与之前相比是蛮好的，但是和2018年第四个季度比呢，确实成绩不太理想。大家能听到我说话吗？我不太确定哈，我离得近一点，因为我看这个麦克风的这个不明显。未来全年的净收入是78亿人民币，也就是美元的11亿，但是它的亏损呢达到了110亿人民币，也就是16亿美元啊。总营收的150%，它大概是这个样子，所以也就是全年来看的话，它每卖一辆车要赔1辆半，就不是说买一辆赔一辆啊问题了。全年的话，未来的每股净亏损最后算到是11.08人民币，也就是美元的1.5毛9，1块5毛9。也就是说，你从这个角度来看，未来股价的话，现在的股价应该比1年前跌了1.59哈，但其实是因为市场会调低未来的预期，以及恐慌情绪嘛，跌的肯定比这个实际上要多的。我看一下哈，一年前一年前的未来大概是在5块多，快到6块的程度，现在已经跌到2块2毛9了。这个跌幅是远超未来的实际表现的，但是对它这种面向未来还在成长的公司哈，这种情况是很普遍的。可能有新观众来，我再说一下，就未来的汽车的在2019年第四季度的销量达到了8224辆，2019年的第三个季度的时候是4799辆，所以这是一个非常大的进步哈。但是与2018年第四个季度相比，进步的不多。2018年第四个季度的它的交车辆是7980辆，也就是说2019年只比去年同期增长了200多辆汽车，而且在销售额以及亏损情况上，2019年第四个季度反而是要低于去年同期的，也就是亏得更厉害了。而且卖车的金额也下降了，可能是2018年的时候卖的都是比较贵的那个未来的型号，我还是真不太，是不是 ES8呀？ES8是不是比较贵？就可能卖的贵的那个比较多，现在是便宜的比较多。所以呢，市场对未来现在非常不看好，股价现在是实时股价是2块3毛1每股，在它的这个财报发布出来以后跌了20%，真正开盘以后可能还会再跌，因为股民可能会恐慌性抛售哈。当然，最重要的还是要看一看未来的发布会，因为未来的发布会我估计啊，应该会提到2020年的一些情况，就会透露。它虽然只是2019年的一个年度总结以及2019年第四个季度的总结，但是应该对2020年也是有一些帮助的。虽然好像因为这个 coronavirus 缘故，我估计2020年不会很理想，但是可以去窥探一下未来的动向，以及他们的信心，以及未来的期望和策略。目前来看，的确是未来尽管有所进步呢，但远远没有达到市场对它的期望。我不知道各位有没有现在是这个未来的股东的，只能说调整一下短期心态吧。 现在可以说是全年来看嘛，不是说卖一辆亏一辆的事情了，已经是卖一辆亏1辆5的事情了，1辆半的事情了。好处就是像我昨天的视频里有提到过嘛，那些机构投资者也是大概4块钱一股入的蔚来，所以说如果你也大概比如4块钱左右，你可以这么想嘛，亏就亏了，反正那些大老板也亏了不少，包括那个黑石就 BlackRock 这些比较厉害的投资机构哈，都是蔚来的股东。蔚来其实在资本上面做的也挺好的，我之前忘了提了，思维有点混乱，当时讲做视频的时候，蔚来当时与这些公司签投资意向的时候，他签了一个排他协议，也就是投资蔚来这些公司呢，在一段时间内，比如说数年内，是不能投资任何蔚来的竞争对手的，也就是蔚来可以说是独霸中国的造车新势力的上市的机会啊。所以其他的公司即使是他做的再好，也是没有办法得到上市的机会的，就他独霸了这个上市的权利，这一点做的是比较狠。所以说尽管蔚来现在跌的比较惨啊，但如果中国所有的国产厂商里面能出来一个的话，我仍然觉得最大可能还是蔚来。一方面是它本身产品还有市场占有率现在还是可以的，在新能源汽车里。另外一个就是它相对而言还有一定资本的扶持，虽然那些资本可能现在对蔚来非常非常不满啊，但是因为签了合同嘛，你必须要遵守。短时间内那些资本是不能转投其他的竞争对手的。还有1刻钟左右，应该就要进行这个媒体采访那些环节了。不知道各位有没有什么想问的问题，咱们可以闲聊一会儿。当然，这个政治除外，还有私人问题除外哈。我们已经开始。
Our goal is that our gross margin can turn positive in the second quarter and reach 2 digits by the end of the year.
第三，公司运营效率将持续改善。我们在2019年做了大量组织优化和业务调整的工作，人员总数从2019年初的近1万人减少到目前不到7000人。2019年第4季度，由于一次性调整产生的费用等原因，我们的亏损相对于第3季度出现了一定的上升。这些调整已经基本完成，为2020年的经营效率提升打下了很好的基础。
2020年我们设定了非常严格的费用控制和效率提升的目标，并在日常运营中坚决执行。第1季度，我们已经看到了初步成果，即使面临疫情带来的压力，我们在第1季度的亏损
能听得到吗？
从14年第4季度下降35%。
Third, we'll continuously improve operational efficiency. We have made significant organizational optimization and business adjustments in 2019. The overall headcount has reduced from close to 10,000 at the beginning of 2019 to less than 7,000. Due to one-off expenses in Q4, the operating loss in the fourth.
现在在讲裁员哈，他从1万多人裁到了现在7000人左右，减少成本。
Basically finished all the adjustments, which have laid a solid foundation for 2020. In 2020, the company has set up very strict expense control and efficiency improvement targets and implemented rigorous measures in daily operations accordingly. We are pleased to see encouraging results year to date and expect around 35% expense reduction compared to the prior quarter, even under the pressure of the outbreak.
最后，我跟大家更新一下融资方面的进展。未来在
重点啊，融资啊！
宣布以非公开发行的方式，向多家无关联关系的亚洲投资基金发行共计4.35亿美金的可转债，支持公司日常运营和发展。目前，这些可转债发行都已经全部完成。
Lastly, with regards to the financing efforts, NIO issued $435 million convertible notes in February and March to several unaffiliated Asia-based investment funds to support the company's daily operations and business development. At this moment, we have already finished all the private placements.
2月25日，蔚来与合肥市政府签署了框架协议。合肥是我们与江淮合作生产 ES8、ES6 和 EC6 的工厂所在地，有很好的汽车产业和智能产业的基础，也是中国长三角经济圈的核心城市和交通枢纽之一。根据框架协议，蔚来将在合肥建立中国总部，合肥市将为蔚来中国的运营和发展提供资源和资金支持。最终的协议预计将在4月底之前签署。
On February 25th, we signed the collaboration framework agreement with Hefei Municipal Government. The JC new manufacturing plant for ES8, ES6, and EC6 is located in Hefei, which enjoys a strong automotive and digital legacy and resources, and is one of the core cities and transportation hubs in the Yangtze River Delta economic zone. Under the framework agreement, NIO plans to establish NIO China headquarters in Hefei, and Hefei government plans to provide resources and funding support for the long-term growth of NIO China. Both parties expect to sign the definitive agreement before the end of April.
感谢大家的支持。现在 Steven 将为大家介绍第4季度的财务业绩。请 Steven。
Thank you for your support. With that, I will now turn the call over to Stephen to provide the financial details for the quarter. Stephen, please go ahead.
Thank you, William. I will now go over our key financial results for the fourth quarter of 2019. As being mindful of the length of this call, I encourage listeners to refer to our earnings press release, which is posted online, for our full year results and other additional details. Our total revenues in the fourth quarter were 2.85 billion RMB, or $409.1 million, representing an increase of 55.1% quarter-over-quarter. Our total revenues are made of two parts: vehicle sales and other sales. Vehicle sales in the fourth quarter were 2.68 billion RMB, or $385.5 million, representing an increase of 54.8% quarter-over-quarter, and accounted for 94% of total revenues in this quarter. The increase in vehicle sales quarter-over-quarter was attributed to higher deliveries achieved from our existing users' referrals and the expansion of our sales network through the continued launch of new spaces in the fourth quarter of 2019. Other sales in the fourth quarter were 164.4 million RMB, or $23.6 million, representing an increase of 59.0% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in other sales over last quarter was mainly attributed to the increase of home chargers installed and accessories sold, which was in line with improvement of vehicle sales in the fourth quarter. Cost of sales in the fourth quarter was 3.10 billion RMB, or $445.6 million, representing an increase of 50.7% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in cost of sales was mainly driven by the increase of delivery volume of the ES6 and ES8. Gross margin in the fourth quarter was effective 8.9%, compared with effective 12.1% in the third quarter of 2019. The improvement in gross margin over last quarter was mainly driven by the improvement of vehicle margin. More specifically, vehicle margin in the fourth quarter was effective 6.0%, compared with effective 6.8% in the third quarter of 2019. The improvement of vehicle margin was mainly due to improved efficiency, driven by the increase of production and delivery volume of ES6 and ES8. R&D expenses in the fourth quarter were 1.03 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 32.3% year-over-year and an increase of 0.3% quarter-over-quarter. The slight increase in R&D expenses over last quarter was primarily attributed to the incremental design and development costs for EC6 and all new ES8 launched in December 2019, offset by less employee compensation with a reduced number of R&D personnel. SG&A expenses in the fourth quarter were 1.55 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 20.5% year-over-year and increase of 32.8% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in SG&A expenses over last quarter was primarily attributed to increased marketing and promotion activities and additional costs on the optimization of our organization and sales network, offset by less employee compensation due to a reduced number of selling, general, and administrative employees. Loss from operations in the fourth quarter was 2.83 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 18.0% year-over-year and increase of 17.3% quarter-over-quarter. Share-based compensation expenses in the fourth quarter were 51.2 million RMB, representing a decrease of 63.9% year-over-year and a decrease of 27.3% quarter-over-quarter. The decrease in share-based compensation expenses over last quarter was primarily attributed to the continuous decline of employee numbers and the impact of part of the share-based compensation expenses being recognized using the accelerating method, under which the expenses decreased gradually over the vesting period. Net loss was 2.86 billion RMB in the fourth quarter, representing a decrease of 18.2% year-over-year and an increase of 7.6% quarter-over-quarter. Net loss attributable to NIO's ordinary shareholders in this quarter was 2.89 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 17.7% year-over-year and increase of 13.3% quarter-over-quarter. Basic and diluted net loss per ADS in the fourth quarter were both 2.81 RMB or 40 cents per ADS. Excluding share-based compensation expenses and accretion on redeemable non-controlling interests to redemption value, non-GAAP adjusted basic and diluted net loss per ADS were both 2.73 RMB or 39 cents per ADS in the fourth quarter. Our balance of cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash, and short-term investment was 1.06 billion RMB as of December 31st, 2019. And now for business outlook. As William mentioned, for the first quarter of 2020, the company expects deliveries to be between 3,400 and 3,600 vehicles, representing a decrease of approximately 56.2% to 58.7% from fourth quarter of 2019. The expected decrease is primarily attributed to the constrained production and delivery impacted by the novel coronavirus outbreak. The company also expects the total revenue of the first quarter of 2020 to be between 1.21 to 1.27 billion RMB, or between 173 to 183 million US dollars. This would represent a decrease of approximately 35.3% to 57.6% from the fourth quarter of 2019. This business outlook reflects the company's concurrent and the preliminary view of the business situation and market condition, which is subject to change. Now, this concludes our prepared remarks. We will now turn the call over to the operator for facilitating our Q&A session.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now begin the question and answer session. And for your questions, please press star one on your
问答环节了哈。
and wait for your name to be announced. And to cancel the request, it is the pound or hash.
能听到我说话吗？现在？
Again, for your questions, please press star one on your telephone and wait for your name.
未来我后面会总结一下这个发布会，然后分析一下它的前景哈。
ICC, please go ahead.
Good evening, William and Stephen. This is Wang Li speaking from the SEC. Congratulations on the recent financing activities. I do believe that means a lot. So basically, I got two questions. So in the business outlook, it guides a quarterly rate between 3,400 to 3,600 in the first quarter of 2020. So do you mind provide some guidance on the sales target of this year? So would that be something close to like 30,000 units?
他在问今年能不能卖到3万辆车哈？
好，谢谢。我们这个一季度的话呢，这个交付我们给的指引呢是3400到3600辆。那其实主要呢，这个交付数还是受这个生产的影响。虽然我们工厂合肥的工厂呢是2月10号就已经复工了，但是我们在2月份和3月份的产量呢，还是会受到湖北地区的一些供应链的影响啊，因为湖北的这个地区的供应链是最近才开始逐步的复工复产，那我们前期的这个零部件的这个库存呢，其实能够支持的产量还是有限的。那好的地方当然是现在的话呢，这个湖北已经都开始逐步恢复了。但是对我们的挑战就是一季度的交付数的挑战呢，就是因为我们生产出来，我们都是按订单生产的，我们生产出来以后还要运到各地去啊，那还要约用户的时间来交付，所以呢，我们在一季度的话呢，这个交付数主要是受这个产能的这个影响。但是从积极的角度看的话呢，我在前面也讲到了，在过去的30天，那我们的这个新增的大订的数量，那超过了2100辆啊，那也就接近2200台，那也就是说，平均到每天的话呢，其实已经超过了70台了。那这个的话呢，和去年12月份相比的话呢，已经接近70%了，而且呢，我们能看到它持续的在回暖。从这个来讲的话，还是给我们的信心还是挺强的啊。我们也是基于这个吧，我们对全年的销售目标啊，我们现在还是非常有信心去完成的。当然大家可以基于我们这个去做一些展望了，就是我们因为都是按订单生产，所以如果我们的订单能够这个恢复的话呢，那个当然就会，如果我们生产能够恢复的话呢，我们交付能够恢复的话呢，其实我们的这个量会上来。我能够跟大家说的话呢，就是我每天还在增加订单，我们现在还有5000多辆订单等着交付。所以从全年来讲，我没法给你很具体的数，但是我们内部当然有非常明确的数字。但我们整个团队还是非常有信心的啊。
Thanks for your question.
这个不敢公开，很不好啊，我觉得很不好。
Provided the guidance for Q1 that is 3,400 to 3,600. But just like we mentioned, this is mainly affected by the production capacity.
我稍微评论一下哈，就是基本上李斌的暗示就是可能他们的目标并到不了2020年整年卖3万辆车哈，交付3万辆车。他刚才说的就是现在大概最近可能3月份哈，能交付70辆每天，大概是去年2019年12月的70%，就是最近这几天。所以他认为整体的方向还是见好的，而且他现在还积压了5000个订单哈，因为我们知道现在对未来来说和特斯拉一样嘛，是产能问题为主，也就是订单是有的，关键就看你交不交得了这个车。
of a product to the delivery centers and also make the appointment with our users to deliver the product to them. For the first quarter delivery, the main reason of the constraint is because of the production. But just like I mentioned, in the past 30 days, our orders have increased, and right now the new orders have accumulated for over 2,100 or close to 2,200. It means that the daily new orders is around 70. So for the level is actually quite similar or actually close to the 70% of the December level last year. At this moment, we're seeing the orders is ramping up, so we're quite confident about our annual sales target. Because our model is make to order, so if we can resume the normal production, then it means that we can deliver our products to the users at a much faster rate. Every day we have accumulated some new orders from the users, and at this moment we have around 5,000 order backlog. I cannot give you a specific number regarding our annual sales target, but according to all the data that I've shared, we're quite confident to achieve our internal annual sales target.
Your next question.
Once again, for Mr. Lei Fang, please press star 1 for your second question.
Hi, operator. We think that Lei was dropped, so please continue with next analyst, please. Thank you.
All right, sure. Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mr. Dan Galvez of Wolfe Research. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for taking my questions. So volume was much higher in Q4 versus Q3, but the gross margin only improved a small amount. Can you talk about some of the things that maybe offset the impact of better scale?
Yes, Danny, please. Yes. This is Danny. As you mentioned, the volume increased in the fourth quarter, but the gross margin slightly increased. The main reason is about the volume mix of our product. We sold more EX6 base version in the fourth quarter, so the selling price is lower than the EX8. So that's the main reason for the gross margin slight increase in fourth quarter. Yeah. So.
Okay, that makes sense. And then as you're looking ahead, I think that you said that you're expecting double-digit gross margin by the end of the year, but maybe you could clarify that comment. Can you give us a sense of what volume level that would require to get to that double-digit gross margin target? And if you can achieve that, would that support a cash outflow of neutral, or do you think that there would still be a cash outflow once you get to double-digit margins on the vehicles? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, William mentioned in his speech, and the gross margin improvement in the 2020 is mainly because our supply chain optimization and continuous cost reduction of battery pack, and also manufacturing cost saving brought forward by production scaling up and management of optimization. And we have confidence that we can achieve this in 2020. Regarding the volume, also we mentioned before, it's we have clear time, but it's difficult for us to mention this volume scale here for you. But we are confident to achieve this target. Yeah.
这基本上来讲，我们可以补充一点，就是在我们合肥的工厂的话呢，单班来说的话呢，每个月4000台是一个比较经济的一个效益的点啊。所以我们认为我们是在今年往后我们是有机会达到这样的一个数量，每个月4000台的一个量。
I just want to add one point. In terms of the production capacity of the Hefei plant, we think that the best economy of scale should be around 4,000 per month.
Not bad, 这就是单班单班。
So the 1/6 production should be around 4,000 per month. If we can get to this, then probably this can basically support our operation target. We believe that for this year we should have some opportunities to achieve this.
And perhaps some comments from Steven. If you look at our GP margin, it is related with several parameters. Of course, first volume, and second, that's our price. Third, our cost. Of course, we don't change our sales target for 2020, and we are very confident we can achieve this sales target. Although the outbreak of novel coronavirus in January and February. And if we look at our sales price, we think and we are confident we are able to raise the ASP as more attractive options such as NIO panels. And also, if you look at our cost side, of course, the battery cost will anyway decline. Then, if we look at our other BOM costs, the auto parts from other suppliers, we believe a 10% decrease is reasonable. Third, and if you look at our previous accounting records, we actually compensate the GSA NIO plant. And that means with the production volume to rise, our manufacturing expenses will gradually decline, and we expect that to achieve like 30% decline this year just from its manufacturing cost. Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Bin Xiao of Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hi, Will, Stephen, and management team. Thanks for taking time to host the call. Just a few quick questions. First of all, could I just have a quick follow-up question regarding the gross margin, because you just mentioned about the favorable product mix. So could we have a little bit more color about the gross margin of EC6, the model launch in the upcoming September? Would that be similar to ES6 or ES8, or could be slightly higher or similar or lower? And separately, we noticed that the selling and marketing expenses rose a bit in fourth quarter last year sequentially. So could we expect that to become the norm or further trend up, considering that we target to open up to 200 stores, NIO space by end of this year? And lastly, is our collaboration agreement binding on the Hefei government before the deal is officially signed by end of April? Will the collaboration or potential investment take place at our China arm or at the listed company level? Thank you.
Yeah, 谢谢你的问题。那个 EC6 呢，我们现在还没有公布定价，因为 EC6 的话，我们是和这个 Tesla 的 Model Y 这 compete 的一个车型。目前来讲呢，我们在去年年底发布以后呢，这个用户的反响还是非常不错的啊，用户这个还是非常期待的。我们会根据市场的情况，这个特别是 Model Y 开始交付了以后的一些情况，我们会去 制定我们的一个最终的这个价格，大体上会在7月份左右我们会发布这个最终的价格。当然我们在后续的话，我们会把毛利率当成很重要的一个指标，因为 EC6 的话和 ES6 的这个公用件是非常多的，而且呢，它在上市的时候，我们的电池包的成本呢，应该是下降的比较多，因为我们现在总体上来说，我们在今年 Q4 的这个每瓦时的电池包的成本比去年的 Q4 大体上能下降20%左右，所以我们不管 EC6 采用什么样的一个定价策略，我们对它的毛利率我们还是有信心的。
Thanks for your question. Because we haven't disclosed or announced the specific pricing of the EC6, and our EC6 is actually benchmarked against Model Y. We launched the EC6 at the end of last year, and we received very positive feedback from the public and our users. We will determine the specific pricing of the EC6 based on the market situation. We think it probably will announce the specific pricing around July. Gross margin is a very important objective for the company, just like I mentioned in my speech. EC6 shares many components together with ES6. At the same time, ES6 battery cost can be significantly reduced. In terms of the unit cost per watt hour, in this Q4 will be reduced by 25% compared with the same period last year. So with all those factors in consideration, we are quite confident about achieving the good gross margin target for the EC6, regardless of the pricing.
那么在 NIO Space 方面呢，我们从去年 Q4 开始，我们 NIO Space 的拓展模式主要是和合作伙伴通过 NIO Space Partner 这个方式去进行拓展。那么我们基本上采用的是一种按成交付费的这样的一个结算模式，是根据线下的流量，然后按照每台成交的车，然后我们支付一个成交的费用按照这样一个方式。那总体上来说，在这样一个方式下边，我们的这个 NFT NIO Space 对我们 SGA 的影响其实还是比较有限的所以我们这个效率本身还是非常高的。这个 NIO Space 不是我们 NIO House 这样一个模式 ，NIO House 今年基本上不会再增加了。
Just like we have mentioned, NIO Space started from last year Q4. The main cooperation model for the NIO Space is to work together with our partners to set up and expand the NIO Spaces in the market. We work together with the partner based on the orders or the specific transactions that they can achieve in their stores. So this transaction is based on the offline traffic and the orders that they can settle in their own NIO Spaces. Overall speaking, the NIO Space model is quite efficient and it's different from the NIO houses. We're not going to increase the number of the NIO houses this year. So we believe the NIO Space will not have a significant impact on our SG&A, and the efficiency of the NIO Space is actually quite high.
是呀，又要跌。
第三个说到我们在和合肥签署的这个框架协议，那根据我们框架协议的方向的话呢，我们是这个未来在中国的业务，我们会作为一个独立的作为一个主体去吸引人民币的投资人。那么合肥市的这个本地的政府会对这个 NIO 在中国的这个业务通过人民币投资的方式进行一个支持。那么这个并不是这个 NIO Inc 的上市公司层面的这个 equity 的这个这方面的融资那当然这个最终协议还没有签署，我们在最终协议签署了以后我们会第一时间就会披露这些细节。
Under the collaboration framework agreement with the Hefei municipal government, NIO China is an independent entity for the RMB financing activities. The Hefei municipal government will support the NIO China's long-term growth through the RMB financing projects. is not part of the NIO Inc. equity financing project.
稍微等一等，因为
definitive agreement yet with the municipal government.
因为第一个季度肯定表现不会让人满意，有 coronavirus 的情况哈。我建议是等到你看4、5月份、5月份有一个更一般化的数据再考虑。因为1到3月份的数据现在看不出来，因为疫情这个大背景把所有都罩住了，你不知道它发展的好还是差。
My question. Thanks for taking my question. I'm just curious how you are thinking about the likely sales or pricing outlook for battery electric vehicles, including for your vehicles, relative to internal combustion engine vehicles, in light of the almost unprecedented recent decline in the price of oil and presumably soon gasoline. Thank you.
对，我们看到其实正好就差不多在今天中国的这个下调了这个油价，那么大体上下调了15%左右吧，大概在15%左右。那即使在这个，因为中国的这个油价下调呢，它在这个它有一个它是根据国际的这个油价来调的，但是到了40美元以下呢，它就不会再调了。也就是说，它的那个燃油的价格是按照40美金为一个下限去调的。所以现在的油价，国际油价已经到30多美金了，所以总体来说应该是没有再进一步下调的这个空间了。那即使是按照今天在那个价格来看的话呢，电动车的这个每公里的使用成本还是和这个汽油车相比还是有显著的优势的变化并不会特别大。
Actually, today the China government has adjusted the oil price and reduced this by 15%. But the government will adjust this oil price based on the international oil price, but it will not go any lower than $40. Because the crude oil price is $40. At this moment, the crude oil price in the international market is around $30. So it means that the Chinese government will not have any space to reduce the price further. Based on the current price, the cost of EV usage is still much better than that of the combustion cars. So we think they will not have any significant changes regarding this cost of usage.
另外，当然我们认为，电动车取代这个汽油车，从长远的趋势上来讲，不光是因为这个使用成本，更多的还是因为它的技术更符合包括 ADAS、AD 在内的这样一些技术发展的趋势。电动车在这方面有它电机这个方面有它显著的这个响应速度方面的优势。另外一个呢，我们认为这个当然中国的政府在支持节能减排方面的决心是非常大的，包括针对电动车的这样的一些补贴政策，还有一些牌照方面的一些这个优待，还有税收方面的这样的一些优待。那我们认为这些政策对于购买电动车的用户来说还是最主要的一些动力。
I think it's the market consensus that in the long term, EV is going to replace combustion cars. The main reason for this trend is not because of the cost of usage. It's mainly because the EV is better fitted for the autonomous driving technologies and ADAS in terms of the response time of the motors. At the same time, the Chinese government is quite determined in terms of the emission reduction. For example, the government has released many favorable policies for the EVs in terms of the license plate and the tax reduction. So those are the main impetus for the users to choose EV over combustion cars.
好 ，Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, for those who wish to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephones and wait for your name to be announced. And to cancel the request, it is the pound or hash key. It is star 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Ping Wang of Credit Suisse. Please go ahead.
我在吃早饭哈，是那个麦片。
to clarify
不好
several
意思。
numbers. Number one is about the gross margin. You mentioned gross margin will be improving in 2020. So it's the vehicle gross margin or it's the overall gross margin, including vehicle? That's number one. I want to clarify. The second thing is about one-off expense. Can you quantify how big is the size of the one-off expense and what's the detail about the expense? That's the second thing. And the third thing is actually you mentioned in the first quarter, the cost will decline by 35%. Or another translation is that the loss making in the number one quarter will decline by 35%. So what's the base for the decline for 35% in the first quarter this year? That's the three things I want to clarify. And besides, actually, I have one question about the financing because think about the share price right now. The CB actually have a potential risk to remain the debt is now converted to the share. So for upcoming, do you have any further financing after the Anhui-Hefei tie-up? Any further financing plan? And actually, you can see in the media report, a few of the automakers may actually join your investments, such as the GD, such as the JC. So do you see any synergy if you really got a shareholder from the traditional car maker? For example, you can share their supply chain and their maybe the component supply with much lower cost. Thank you. Okay, so perhaps I want to start with the GP margin question. Yes, we think we will achieve positive GP margin for second quarter of 2020 and a double-digit GP margin in Q4 of 2020. Of course, we refer it as our vehicle GP margin, and you can see because vehicle sales accounted for 94% of our total revenue. So our overall GP margin will be close to our vehicle GP margin. That's first. Second, if you look at our other sales GP margin, it also improved in Q4 2019, and we are confident that with our efforts, our other sales GP margin will also improve in 2020. That's the first. And I think Danny will give you more explanation about the one-time cost.
Yeah, the second question is about the one-time off expense. The majority will relate to organizational restructuring across all functions, facility, leasing contract termination compensations, and also the strategy adjustments around the manufacturing and supply chain. So that's the second question. Yeah, total numbers. Total number is around 400 million RMB. Okay. That's the second question. Third is about the our forward-looking about the net loss of the first quarter of 2020. The comparison is with the fourth quarter of 2019. So compared with fourth quarter of 2019, we expect the first quarter of 2020 will decrease by 35. Yeah, it's quarter on quarter comparison. Yeah.
I'm saying so it's not the OPEX, it's the bottom line. So it's about 2.9 billion RMB decline 35%. Is that true? So it's not OPEX, it's the bottom line, not net loss.
Yeah, net loss. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, net loss. Confirm, net loss. Yeah. So the fourth question goes to William. Yeah. 我们当然这个我们适当和这个一些比较大的汽车公司的合作，一直都通过各种方式在有很多的合作，包括大家看到我们生产制造方面的合作和江淮，我们和 GAC 一直在这个 GAC NIO 方面有这个很好的一些合作。那么我们其实最近我们双方都对对 GAC NIO 在增加了一些投资啊。那么这个它的这个车的话呢，最近也会量产。那后续的话呢，我们会持续的通过 GAC NIO 加强两个公司的这样一个合作的关系。当然我们也会积极的和别的一些汽车公司就供应链、就技术的分享、研发的分享，各方面去展开一些深入的合作。但资本方面的合作，目前我们到目前为止还没有太多的可以披露的东西。如果有这个 需要披露的信息会跟大家及时的交流。
As we have been working together with the other OEMs in various ways. For example, we have been working together with the JAC in terms of the manufacturing, and we also have a very good collaboration with the GAC in terms of the GAC-NIO joint venture. Recently, both parties have decided to increase investment in this joint venture, and this joint venture is going to kick off the mass production of their vehicle models. We will continue this cooperation with those OEMs. Regarding other OEMs, we will continue to explore other possibilities to work with them in terms of the supply chain and R&D. But in terms of the equity or capital aspect, we don't have any specific information that we can disclose at this stage. If we have any information that we would like to disclose, we will share this information as soon as possible.
Thank you. 好，谢谢王斌。
Thank you. Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Lei Wang of CICC. Please go ahead.
Hi, William and Steven, and this is Lei again. Sorry, I was disconnected and wasn't able to finish the last question. So, do we have some guidance on what the capex is going to be this year? Because it was reported that we are about to invest R&D center, a new R&D center, and also the second manufacturing site.
我们在2020年的 capex 主要还是会有一些这个新的车型投产相关的一些模具这方面的一些支出那总体上来说大概也就是不到2亿美金吧，这个那在10亿人民币到2亿美金就10几亿人民币的这样一个量级，不会特别的多。我们这个在合肥的这样一个合作，如果能够签署完最终的协议的话，我们自己并不会去投资去建这样一些研发中心，那我们这个不会占用我们的 capex。
In terms of the capex for 2020, the majority will be used for the new product model launch. For example, the tooling required for the product launch, it is less than $200 million. In terms of the cooperation with the Hefei municipal government, after we signed the definitive agreement with the government, we are not going to invest to build the R&D center or the manufacturing base in the Hefei municipal city, and this is not going to cause any pressure on our capex.
Okay, thanks, William. Very clear.
好，谢谢王磊。
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Fei Fan of Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead. Hello, Fei Fan of Goldman Sachs. Your line is open. You can ask your question. I'll release your line. Please press star 1 again. Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Paul Gong of UBS. Please go ahead.
Hi, William. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for taking my question. 2 questions. The first one is, I remember in first quarter last year, you have to prepay the battery purchase to CATL for the full year. Is it still the case heading to 2020, heading to this year? This is my first question. And my second question is regarding your assumption on the battery price declining throughout 2020. You mentioned that in Q4 of 2019, your battery cost is 20% cheaper than Q4 of 2018. But in Q4 of 2019, you were still making negative gross margin despite of 8,000 delivery. So when you mention by end of this year, you are going to achieve double-digit gross profit margin, what further battery cost declining assumption are you use? I think Stephen mentioned 10% decrease on the other BOM costs, but I just want to have your assumption on the battery cost assumption for this. Thank you.
好，谢谢。我们事实上大家也知道，这个在去年补贴退坡了以后，事实上来讲，中国的这个电动车的这个乘用车的销量，一直有下降的。但我们呢，因为我们的车的话呢，是主要是卖给个人用户，不像中国的一些本土的别的公司，他们的车可能是卖给运营车辆。在补贴退坡了以后，确确实实在销售上有很大的压力，我们没有承担这样的压力。那也是因为这些原因吧，我们已经成为 CATL 越来越重要的客户。所以在今年的话，我们也能够看到我们和 CATL 的合作关系肯定是更加的紧密。那么在账期、在价格很多方面的话呢，我们越来越能够谈到一些好的条件嘛。我们现在的条件肯定在付款方面的条件肯定比去年要好很多。
Thanks for the question. Last year, due to the subsidy reduction, the passenger vehicle sales in China has slumped significantly. But because our users are private users, and for other OEMs, normally they sell their cars for the operating usage. In this case, our sales didn't decline that significant compared with the sales of other OEMs. That is why right now we are one of the most important partners with CATL. This year, our collaboration with CATL is going to be even closer. This means we can get a much better deal together with CATL compared with last year. For example, in terms of the payment terms.
那么在价格方面的话呢，事实上我们从过去的1年半到现在，我们这个是在持续的一个降价的一个过程啊。那我们在今年这个下降的幅度肯定会大一些啊，每个季度都会，今年从 Q2 开始，每个季度都会有一些下降。那么在 Q4 的话呢，我们会有一些新的电子包，像100度电这样的一些电子包，还有我们别的一些 C2B 用了 C2P 技术的一些电子包会出来。那么这些电子包的话呢，新的这样的一些技术的话呢，在不影响这个车辆的这个性能和续航的情况下呢，我们能够做到这个每瓦时的这个成本，这个和去年 Q4 相比的话能下降20%，但这个是从整包角度来看的所以这个还是很大的一个下降。所以前面也讲了，我们这个成本的下降这个毛利率提升主要是包括电池的成本的下降这个 BOM 其他的 BOM 的这个下降，还有这个我们的制造费用的这个下降所以从目前来看的话呢我们的这个毛利率提升的这个执行的效果还是会很有信心的。
In terms of the price, starting from 1.5 years ago, we have been working together with the CATL to reduce the price of the battery. This year, we have witnessed a significant cost reduction. Starting from the second quarter, we will have a continuous cost reduction every quarter. In the fourth quarter of this year, we will launch the 100 kWh battery pack and the CTP battery pack. With those new battery packs, we can further reduce the cost without affecting the performance and the drive range of our vehicle models. The unit cost per watt hour is going to be reduced by 20% compared with the last fourth quarter at the battery pack level. So we're confident that we can improve the gross margin. Just like we have mentioned, in terms of the gross margin improvement, the main drivers are the battery cost reduction, other BOM cost reduction, and the manufacturing cost saving. We're quite confident to see the positive results from those gross margin efforts.
Thank you very much. That's very helpful. Very glad to know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, for those who wish to ask a question, it is star 1 on your telephones and wait for your name to be announced. The next question is from the line of Ming Lee of Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, William and the management team for your time. So I just have a few quick questions. So my first question is that right now, because the overall EV consumption sentiment is still not very strong in China, so how do you think about any new strategy to help your volume sales? I know you talk about new products and also the NIO space extension, but will you have any new strategy to help on the volume sales? That's my first question. Second question, some of your competitors already discussed to use LFP battery to lower the battery cost. But do you think it's a feasible choice for you? Since you have battery swap service and you have a lot of NCM battery for swap, so do you think it's a possible choice, or you don't think it's a good choice for you to lower your phone cost of battery? That's my second question. And my third question is that what's the capex do you plan to spend on the battery swap and the battery charging station for this year? That's my third question. Thank you.
好，谢谢。确实，你刚才讲的这个跟 battery 相关的很多方面的这样的一些创新是我们一些特点。那么今年我们有非常重要的一个总体的一个策略，就是这个我们叫 battery as a service， 就是我们利用我们的这个电池可以换电以及我们全国的这个换电站的部署，那这个会是我们非常重要的一个体系的优势。因为全世界只有 NIO 可以把所有这个事情打通，那给用户提供一个可以租电池，然后可以快速的这个换电然后并且根据自己的需要灵活的去升级这个电池的这个不同容量的电池包。事实上我们最近的话，我们比如说我们已经开始在我们的电池流通体系里面去让用户可以选择84度电的电池包去更换，用户的反响也非常的好，所以整体上来说，今年这个 battery as a service 就我们叫 BAS 这个是会是我们很重要的一个提升销量的这个策略。我们跟国家的一些有关部门也在进行非常紧密的这个交流，能够让有一些政策方面还有一点小的地方需要进行一些突破，但是总体上来说是非常正面的。合适的时候，我们也会跟大家再进行一个交流。
Yes, it's a quite unique advantage for NIO in terms of the battery-related innovations. This year, we are going to launch a new concept called battery as a service. This is going to leverage the power swap stations and the swapping technologies we have. It's quite important to improve the overall system efficiency. In the world, only NIO can provide this kind of services to the users. Users can waste the battery or swap the battery and upgrade the battery according to their specific needs. Right now, we have already launched the 84 kilowatt-hour battery pack to the users in our battery circulation system, so the users are allowed to upgrade their battery packs with this 84 kilowatt-hour battery. In terms of the battery as a service, this is going to be a very important strategy for us to boost our sales. Besides all the other strategies we have mentioned, we are now having very close discussions with the government authorities regarding the specific policies for the battery as a service. The current progress is quite positive. If there is any kind of important information, that we will share with everyone right away.
那因为我们这样的一个可以 swap 这样一个技术，我们当然会去有不同的这个材料和不同的技术这样的一些这个电池包，我们都会去积极的去做这样的一个探讨。当然我们会从用户的这个和用户的角度、体验的角度和从成本的角度综合去做这个决策。但这个也是我们非常好的一个特点，就是我们每一个新的这个电池包，比如说我们100度电，这个同样大小的话，都是用同样大小电池包。我们今年用 C2B 的技术，我们就能做到100度电。那么这样的一些这个技术方面的这个优势的话呢，也是我们一个独特的竞争优势。 所以你刚才说的 LFP 啊等等这样的技术，我们都会积极的去探讨。
Because we have the swapping technology in place, so we're quite willing to explore different technologies and materials for the battery pack. But when we make this decision, we will consider the performance, experience, and the cost. For example, we have the same battery pack size with different kind of energy density, like 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack and 84 kilowatt-hour battery pack. This year, with the C2P technologies, we will be able to launch this 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. This is our unique advantage. This means that we should also be free to explore the possibilities in terms of the LFP material.
那关于这个整个 swap station 的体系以及这样周转电池这样的一些capex 的投入，我们今年还是会增加一些，因为我们的用户量也在增长。但总体的规模，我们大体上在投入大概这方面的 capex 投入大概在1个亿人民币左右。
In terms of the swap station and capex investment related with the battery, we will increase the investment a little bit this year because our user base is increasing. But overall speaking, for this year, it's going to be around 100 million RMB.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Once again, for those who wish to ask a question, it's star 1 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. Our next question is from the line of Fei Fan of Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Hey, great. Let me try my luck this time. Thanks, William, Stephen, Jay. Just 2 quick questions. Apologies if this has been covered before. So for the first quarter volume guidance, is it possible to break it out by ES8 and ES6? And then the second question is that we noticed the net cash in the fourth quarter didn't really change much from the third quarter, despite we still have a 2.8 billion RMB loss. So can you maybe walk us through some of the major items in the cash flow statement? What has been sort of driving the better than sort of earnings free cash flow in the fourth quarter? Thank you.
我们这个第一季度的这个销量的话呢，主要是 ES6， 因为我们4月份就会交付新款的这个 ES8， 所以基本上只有这个一季度的这个交付的车里面只有很少的 ES8 老款的，因为这还是现有的这个现有款的 ES8。那我们这个现在订车的话呢，基本上都是在订新款的 ES8。所以 ES8 的这个交付的这个量的话，会在4月份以后会上来因为现在这个是我们的一个独特的一个订车模式决定的，因为我们都是在去年年底的时候就已经发布了全新的 ES8， 并且接受预定所以这个是一个需要解释的地方。Stanley， 你说一下后面，先翻译一下。
In terms of the sales for the first quarter, the majority of the sales are contributed by the ES6 because we are about to deliver the all-new ES8 in April. This means the orders for the current ES8 is going to decrease because people would like to place order for the all-new ES8. Our model is made to order, so this is quite unique for us because at the end of last year, we have launched the all-new ES8 and started to accept the orders from the public.
Okay, regarding the second question about the cash flow of fourth quarter 2019, I think first is about we closely monitored our cash position in fourth quarter. So the operating cash flow, I think, decreased compared with last quarter. And secondly, as we mentioned in our Q3 2019 earnings release, Williams CE was closed in the fourth quarter. So there is still some cash injection in this quarter. So combined with those effects, I think the total net cash outflow is a little bit lower than the total loss. So I think that's the reason. Thank you.
And sorry, just want to confirm the Williams CD was $100 million. That's the inflow, financing inflow in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Williams subscribed totally $100 million, and the majority came in the first quarter. Yeah.
That's great, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. And there are no further questions. Now I'd like to turn the call back over to the company for closing remarks.
Thank you again for joining us today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact NIO's Investor Relations team through the contact information provided on our website. So this concludes the conference call. You may now disconnect your line. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.然后我现在就会马上总结一下刚才的发布会内容，然后我再查一些相关资料，以最快的速度争取做一个新闻的这样一个总结，以及我的初步分析的这样的一个视频哈。欢迎大家到时候再去观看那个精简的版本。谢谢大家，拜拜。